Hi, something happened to me this week in the studio that took me by surprise. And it's something I knew was going to happen, but I wasn't quite prepared for it. So I thought I would share it with you in hopes that you don't make the same mistake with your art practice. My name is Linda Bell Reed. I'm a mixed media artist, and art has become such a huge part of my life, particularly in my retirement years. So the thing that I did that really surprised me was, as of late, rather than working on my art in a very routine way, which is normally what I do, I have a pretty standard schedule of how I practice my art, so many times a week, so many hours a session, kind of thing, so that I can give my art the attention that it deserves and the space in my life that I feel like it deserves. And so lately, I have decided that I would love to share the joy of art and the joy that art has brought into my life with other people. And so I've started creating a online mixed media course offering. And that's creative in itself. I mean, that certainly was working my mind's creative muscle. But what it wasn't doing is it wasn't working my hands. And so what happened was when I got back into the studio this week and I started creating, I was surprised for a little while because I felt like didn't everything wasn't coming as easy as it had before I had taken the little break. So we have to realize that so much of art making is in memory. It's in memory of what a tool feels like in your hand, or how turning it a certain way makes a certain mark on the paper, or a memory of how the feeling that's in your heart gets to your hands and then onto the paper. All of that takes practice, and that's why artists call their time in their studio or at their desk or wherever they're working the time for their art practice. It makes such good sense. All artists know it. Some of us get distracted easily. That would be me. And that's what happened when I started working on this course. And I'm thrilled that I did it. Don't get me wrong. I just caught myself off guard when I had lost some of that spontaneity that I normally have in my practice. So all it meant was that I needed to put some more time in the studio, and I needed to do it in a way that was solely for me, not for anybody else, not for content, not for my coursework, but for me. And so that's what I've been doing the last couple of days. I want to encourage you, even if you're a beginning artist, to set aside time for your art. When you do that, you're setting aside time for yourself. It's very hard for us to do that, especially women. We think everybody else's needs are paramount to our own, and you know that's not true. So do it. Put a date, put an hour, put an appointment on your calendar, just like you would if you were having lunch with a friend or you were meeting someone for dinner. Put it on your calendar, and then respect that. And tell your friends if you need to. I have another appointment on my calendar at that time. Can we do it tomorrow, or can we do it next week? Or, but give that studio time or art table time the same respect you would give a best friend, because that's who you are to yourself, your own best friend. And we need that time. We need that time to express ourselves, for our spirit to let go, and that relaxation, especially in today's crazy world. So I want to encourage you to do that. Meanwhile, I have been working in a sketchbook, and I was getting really fidgety, and I was getting way too tight, fussing about everything I was doing, and that's not my style usually. So I just decided to get out a white canvas and start putting some marks on it, try to loosen up. So here we go with that. I have already used some graphite, some hard graphite, some softer graphite on it, some very soft charcoal. But now I'm going to use my charcoal pencil and make some finer lines, and I'll let y'all watch and finish that out. But anyway, that's what I'm doing, and I just wanted to remind y'all, set aside time for yourself. You deserve it, and you are worth it.